Time out. It's Kelsito, the spirit coach. Get it. You in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. Time out. It is Kels. Cito, the spirit coach. Get it. You in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. And shit, you know what I'm saying? Hopping in, doing a little let's build community chat, seeing what's going on out in these worlds, on these internets and things. You know, tapping into some astrology, seeing where we are now, you know, where we can go from here on out, you know, just having a community chat. So y'all tap in and things. You know, if you have any questions, you know, about your astrology, you can drop it in your chart. You have any specific questions for me, you could drop it in your you could drop your chart in the chat. And then if you got any specific questions for me, you could drop them in the chat. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to break down today's alignments, which is Moon in Gemini, Sun in Aries, because Taurus all the way about to go into Taurus tomorrow at 3 degrees. So we're going to get more familiar with these energies, familiar where we at and shit like that, and start making sense of shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure things are going on in the right perspectives. And I'm going to actually play some music and shit too while we gearing up. And that's the thing, you know, Sun is about to go into Taurus, so everything is about to start slowing down. Everything is slowed down for right now. For the most part, everything is slowing down. So, you know, we all got to slow down in some way. We all got to take our time. We all got to be practical. Okay? We all got to be a little bit more strategic when it comes to our visions, our actions, going about things, paying attention to things. So that's Taurus. Fixed Earth, being fixated on your own way of thinking and carrying out that practicality. Don't be afraid. Okay? So that's the motion we in. So, you know, the motion we in has moved, has turned very slow. So slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me. Now, hopefully, that vision that you had on your mind in Aries season, you know what I'm saying, of yourself, you know, was dope, you know, was a positive affirmation of who you saw yourself to be. Because now that's about to start to slow down. So now you're going to start to be able to see that in more realistic ways in matters of time. So that's what happens when the Sun gets to Taurus. You know, we start seeing the growth of things, but we need to be able to sustain that out through how the Sun is playing it out. And the Sun is in Taurus, so it's in fixed Earth. It's being fixated on our own way of thinking and carrying out practicality. So that what we need to do to gain practicality, what we need to do to feel secure, what we need to do to gain a sense of stability and support, what we need to do. That's what it's about. Not nobody else. So hopefully your ass ain't sitting around waiting on your talent to be accepted or some shit like that. Hopefully you doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to be in that state. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that validation and shit. You start doing what you need to do and playing out your character. And you look up, motherfucking millions of people be in front of you. You know? So that fixed Earth with the Sun in Taurus It's gonna make us pay attention and make our actions, which is the sun, our viewpoint, which is the sun, what we consciously aware of, which is the sun, um, our visions and our creativity more Taurus like, more practical, more grounded, more strategic, more stable. Now, you can take that allegory and play it out in your life. That would just be making something that you're doing make a little bit more sense, make a little bit, can be, make it seem like that can be a ground that somebody else can come in and walk within your esoteric house, and it feels stable. It feels rightly leveled. You know what I'm saying? It feels like work was done. So that means, you know what I'm saying, you supported whatever talent or whatever gift that you had or whatever expression that you had. And now that can be valuable in it of itself. And that frequency attracts shit in general. So this is what's going on within Taurus. You know what I'm saying? So we got to support how we see ourselves, where the sun is at. Now, depending on your sign and how you angle this, you're going to have to do this in a specific way that's tailored to your energies and shit like that. You know, for instance, you might be a Gemini and shit like that. And for the most part, you know, the moon may be in your sign, but how you act about and go about things is to find information, to communicate and things. You know what I'm saying? Now, you may have to do more things with the sun being in Taurus in a way of Earth being practical, not communicating as much. But if you are communicating, try to mix it with some type of body language that for you're teetering the energies and helping, you know, your energies merge properly with the energies of the day. So that would mean you do things that's a little bit more stable. And that's a good segue into the energies that we got. Because we got Sun in Taurus and we got Moon in Gemini. So this is making sense for ourselves and others. Be feel to drop any questions and shit within the common area. Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, this is making sense for ourselves and others. So, like I said, Taurus, Sun is in Taurus. So, for the most part, that's what we're going to be predicated on, making sense, making things make sense. Now, based upon it being Gemini, you know, the things that we're going to get grounded on, which is Sun and Taurus, based upon grounding the information of how it looks, that's going to be coming from the need of where the moon is at. And the moon is in Gemini. And that, because it's going to be coming from that moon state, is going to be coming from the air, the mutable air, being adaptable to your own and other ways of thinking. So that's moon in Gemini and being able to be logical, communicate, share ideas, be adaptable to how you think, and also be adaptable and unbiased to the point where you can look mutable, like you can see somebody else's point or perspective and things. Now, thoughts are logical, they are left brain, but for the most part, just because they're logical don't mean that they're practical and things, right? You know what I'm saying? You can have a logical thought or an idea to go do something, but sometimes that idea might not be secure for you to do at the moment, depending on what's going on. So for the most part, if you that's the difference between air and earth. You know what I'm saying? Earth can make sense. You can do something that make money that don't make sense. Look at everybody in the entertainment world today. So you ain't got to be smart to have the most money. That's what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to know. A lot of people that's smart and he got college degrees. That lets you know what's within the practice, you know? So what are you practicing? This shit, you know what I'm saying? What are you practicing? So you always want to know, and the better you know, and you can make sense of these, ideas and thoughts that or these things that we communicate, language, and the better you can make sense of what you're actually doing. So don't ever underestimate your ability to be more aware than you are. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're trying to do. Trying to be more aware of self. Because we see that when we are aware of self, things don't go good in that favor. And the spirit ain't nothing. So the spirit don't like to be nothing. So the spirit create forms to represent itself. And anytime it get tired of a form that it don't like or whatever, where they get tired of a form, it come make another one and shit like that. So don't ever underestimate your ability to be more aware. We all space within space. But yeah, getting into these energies and things, you know what I'm saying? We got Sun in Taurus, Moon in Gemini. So this is making sense for ourselves and others. So right now you want to get very grounded on your thoughts about your surroundings, your environment, you know what I'm saying? The people, places, and things within that, and then your value within that. You know what I'm saying? How you see yourself, you know what I'm saying, as valuable as a motherfucking person that can have a table, you know what I'm saying, to support a group of ideas or a group of men mentalities and shit like that, which would be Gemini. Because that's what we all into, you know what I'm saying? We all rethinking and shit like that, and especially with Mercury retrograde right now. So, you know what I'm saying? We're getting all past thoughts about our securities and stabilities and stablenesses and shit. Let me see though. What I write for that? I think I did Mercury retrograde. Damn, I didn't do Mercury retrograde in Taurus for real. I need to do that. I need to do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. But yeah, so Mercury retrograde in Taurus is bringing past thoughts, past information. When it comes to gaining value, and a lot of these is gonna be formatted in the version of what Taurus is going through now. Unique. So all them thoughts is gonna be certain thoughts, certain information, certain ideas that's gonna come back about you gaining security within an individual way. And you're going to start to process that. And once you start to process that, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like my Damon Dash reel that I posted on IG. Let me play that shit. Shout out to Dame Dash, real shit. He said, "There's always a test. There's always a
test to see if I'm ready."
Let me play it.
There's always a test and a challenge. It's always to see how I'm going to react to that test, to see if I'm ready to move forward or go backwards. It's always something that's so like ridiculous that would never happen, and it's the silliest thing. And if the test is how you react to certain things to see if you're ready to evolve. But it happens each and every time.
Yeah, I see Dame Dash is spitting game and shit like that. Dame Dash be in the community a little bit. He be trying to peep game and shit like that. But yeah, he a Taurus, so he was just spitting the astrology for the Tauruses, and which y'all may go through far as being, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sense of who you are within your community. So that's kind of all of us going through right now. We're trying to make sense of who we are within our community based upon this alignment. And based upon, Mercury being retrograde, we might not have the sufficient thoughts to go about how we should be direct on how we think about our community, because there's a lot of retrograde energy. So therefore, we just got to go through this retrograde, experience this retrograde, experience these past thoughts, and I self-identify which ones are for us and which ones aren't for us. And therefore, we'll be in a better space of, you know what I'm saying, trying to come to conclusions of, you know what I'm saying, is what we gain stability on, you know what I'm saying, as far as our talents right now, you know, our jobs and, you know, our values, the things that we value and hold dear, is that the right thing to be valuing? So that's the everything that's being tested right now within everybody's, you know, parameter, you know. But we don't got no real choice because we got Uranus there. So, you know, Taurus is going through it right now. But based upon just stability changing and things of that nature, and us just testing this new shit out, you know what I'm saying? And then on the other side of that, you know what I'm saying, we got business corporations, you know what I'm saying, government changing infrastructure and all types of shit. So, you know, we all kind of within a new flux of energy. So that's what it is. So right now, you know, at this point, with us being, you know what I'm saying, us new on these internet things, you know, and trying out our value and seeing where that go, you know what I'm saying? What ideas is you bringing? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure for the most part, if you've been outside participating in some way, shape, or form, you probably manifested you a community. You know what I'm saying? You probably manifested you new, familiar, unfamiliar people, you know what I'm saying, that you got to be familiar with and things. So it's now what is it? You know what I'm saying? What's the worth of it? You know what I'm saying? I think for the most part, you know, this is what it's about. You getting out and making sense of who you are and things of that nature. You ain't got to be in your room all day on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You can actually get out, go outside, make a bag right now. The internet ain't really even where it's at for real. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get in the world too, you know. So it's good to be on these internet things, but for the most part, at Cito, I'm making something happen in real life. So I need y'all to understand what time I'm on and things of that nature. Because when I do these, you know what I'm saying, these the Zeus cast and the Zeus confession, that, you know, when y'all start seeing shit pop the way it's gonna pop, y'all know what the fuck, y'all know when y'all know I said it. Don't trip. Don't trip. So, you know, it's just, that's what it is, you know, we talk about. And then we helping at the same time. So we look like what the shit to be talked about. You know what I'm saying, we helping minds and shit like that. Sun and Taurus, get real, get serious. Especially about what you talking about and communicating about right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we just had that new moon in Taurus and shit like that. So everybody wanted to feel a sense of satisfaction with their sense of stability. We felt the overlay of it because the moon was new, so it was void. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't totally connected, like if we wasn't able to see our full reflection as if it was a motherfucking full moon. So therefore, when we went over that new moon portion of things, and we started to feel, you know, Taurus was, I mean, we felt the new connection, but it was unfulfilled. So therefore, in that space, you know what I'm saying, um, moving in Gemini and shit like that, we only can communicate about that and shit, or think about that. Damn, yeah, everybody just feel what the fuck we just felt. We just manifested some whole new shit, some community shit, some whole new type of shit. So that's what we just felt. Now we got to start to fulfill that world and shit like that. And that got to be through communicating and sharing ideas and things like this. You know what I'm saying? Sharing information and things. So you got to know what the fuck you talking about now. Like, that's what I'm saying. I see a lot of buzzwords on shit like that, goofy shit on the internet, like crystals, and, you know what I'm saying, a lot of buzzwords. There's a lot of buzzwords going on. So there's a lot of buzzwords. So it's just like, that's what they trying to put y'all on. They trying to put y'all brains on a buzzword. So therefore, buzzword light years. So therefore, if you say this buzzword, put in your song 1,000 times, you could ride that frequency to the promised land and get some money. But therefore, you know what I'm saying, you got all this, but you don't understand how you being used as a distraction to lure people down a path of them wanting to use buzzwords and shit like that, but not understanding that they're actually low-key attacking y'all community based upon, you know, you having the buzzword, but you not understanding that the buzzword is put in a way of how they want us to pay attention to it. For instance, You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in spirituality are talking about, metaphysics and things of that nature, and meditation and crystals and things. You know what I'm saying? Them words have a certain sense of value right now, just based upon how what all of us been giving our attention to, paying attention to, and things. So they hold a sense of value and weight. And the first thing niggas gonna do when we get, what I'm saying, some words is what we gonna do. We gonna make it to a song. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it to a rap, not, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about, look, hope y'all only get confused by my language and shit, but I be in all types of dimensions. But for the most part, yeah, we know what to do with when we get the buzz. You know what I'm saying? When we get the buzz, we gonna finna make $1 million off that and shit like that. We gonna make some shit shake. Oh, this the stain. Come on, like all the community, everybody in the hood know when the stain. If we be like, oh, this the stain, yeah, we get the word, we get the whisper, this the stain. So don't think it ain't like that in the esoteric realm too. You know what I'm saying? On a bigger scale, but it's just motherfucking mental. So they put out shit and make shit look good for y'all to participate into. So if spirituality is one of them things and shit like that, and y'all start seeing that looks like it has potential and shit like that, know that's designed for that to look like that, especially when you see a lot of people that ain't really into these things participate. So they hopping in on for buzzwords and shit like that and trying to, you know what I'm saying, make some money off of it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And people do crazy things for their desires. So you gotta understand and check who into it and who really not into it, especially with the you and your environment and your surroundings. Make sure there's just not buzzwords. You know what I'm saying? So if you saying chakras, you can tell me what chakras is. You know what I'm saying? You tell me chakras, you can tell me what chakras is. You can make that make sense to me. But for the most part, your chakras is your wheels. Your chakras is your motherfucking lights. And you got 7 of these things. That's the main things. You know what I'm saying? Because we all build up our motherfucking chakras system based upon the sun and its travels through the houses and shit like that. So therefore, based upon timing and shit like that, in certain hours of the days, we get certain virtues and principles. And so we emit certain lights. And between those lights that we emit on a broad scale, based upon the event that's playing out, it's all seeing it, aka a springtime or evening time. You know what I'm saying? We get certain virtues and principles based upon the lights that's being emitted. Now, within that, you always your own spirit in your space, so you participating in that. Now, you give your certain credence, your thought, your feeling to that chakra as well. And the better you know how to add on to that, you know what I'm saying, the better your chakras can be decalcified and more flowing and shit like that. So therefore, sometimes you may need to decalcify your crown chakra and shit like that. And so place more boundaries on things that aren't healthy for your, intake. You know what I'm saying? Like too much TMI or too much, you know what I'm saying? Or things that's holding you back. You know what I'm saying? Or, or just energies. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's about utilizing energies and shit like that. And that's how you understand how to do the chakras the right way. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do that as above, so below. And you will start to figure out which ones is really for you. Yeah. So, but yeah, so we all got our own chakras, and the chakras is your planets. Those are your planets. Those are your planets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the chakras outside and shit like that. But which is really only sun and the moon. Absolutely, flights, that shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So we scratching that as well. But for the most part, we'll use Saturn and Mercury and shit and all them satellites and shit like that to use as an allegory to, make this thing make sense in some way, shape, or form. Because we still got a lot of people getting lost in astrology as a buzzword. So buzzword light years. That's what it is. Buzzwords light years. Buzzwords light year. You heard me? Buzzwords light years. Okay. Why we gotta have buzzwords that have us lit? You know what I'm saying? Well, we can actually make sense of the fucking words that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to make some sense now. I want to have an idea now. I want to have an idea now. I want to have an idea now. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you can make sense of the shit that you around. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we just gotta have ancient Chinese secret holders and people in Ching Chong Wing that we don't know make sense of what actually tapping into your spiritual power is. I think we can find that out ourselves, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't need Sadhguru. I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the info. I listen to listen and things, you know. But for the most part, when we try to get to the essence of it, we try to get to the essence of it. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My life is a movie. My life is a movie. But yeah, you know, with the moon and Gemini, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to everybody around you using buzzwords. Because people, at the end of the day, people just like being a part of something. That's what it really be. Like, people like being a part of something. So therefore, when it is something new and it got a new energy, you get a lot of vampires because they just like being a part of some shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to feel left out. Man, they don't mean they respect it and shit like that. They don't mean they value it for real. That's why a lot of people in the industry and shit like that, y'all motherfucking fans and shit like that, y'all know that's why y'all be so tempted not to do shit outside the industry. Cause therefore y'all know that based upon you shaking certain hands and getting into certain positions that you feel guilty even not doing something, not calling this person that's recommended and stuff like that. Cause it's y'all community. What's up, Ray Ray? Yo. All right, I don't know what happened. But yeah, you feel guilty not doing some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be having this money, but y'all don't be, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta always maintain your space a little bit and shit like that. You gotta come into the gate, you know, let motherfuckers know what time it is and shit like that. But you come how you leave. So you come real shit. You're gonna leave the same way you came. You come fake. You know what I'm saying? You gonna leave as a motherfucker, call you fake. Real shit. So come real. You know what I'm saying? You best believe. So that's what this the game we play. And shit like that. Who keeps selling the Cito dry weed, bro? Y'all need to have me some good stuff, man. Can be no dried out shit. But yeah. So I didn't already transmuted my energies. My community, they already know. They already look at me like I'm some type of spiritual type of thing. But they'll never say it out loud though right now. But it ain't even meant for that. I don't even care for that anymore. But they already know what time it is. They already know the level we getting on. And think it'd be hard for them to even say it because it's just not able to be said within the way how the community was built. But like when they about to say it, it damn near they start like about to be like cry or something like that. Like they be like, man, I know, like man, but it'd be hard though. It's just because my spirit is royalty. My spirit is in the space of Zeus. You know what I'm saying? That's what. So I create them type of lights. So it'd be hard for people to figure out like why I ain't somewhere where you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just how I come off, how I appear. Shit like that. But that's when I gotta remind them I gotta use this energy to remind you who you is too. I gotta use this energy for us. I gotta use this energy for God. Hey, that's the motherfucking mission right there. Do that shit every day. Let me go get something to drink real quick. Yeah. Motherfucking shirt tucked in my shit and shit. That's what the fuck this shit about, though. You understand? Hell yeah. So yeah, man, you know, this Taurus season. So make sure y'all getting y'all ass all shaped and formed up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's just you knowing what the fuck your information is. You know what I'm saying? Stop just saying buzzwords, y'all. Cause I'm gonna have to get on y'all last. I don't want to have to get on y'all last. Don't turn it to a big ass problem. Zeus will get on y'all ass. You can't take this shit and make it about buzzwords. You know what I'm saying? We gotta know what the fuck we talking about. You know what I'm saying? A crystal is just an energy in a form. And shit, you a crystal. You crystallize yourself down to the material and things of that nature. So it's just another form of things that we manifest with the mind. Things we manifest. And as we can see, we manifest all types of different things, all types of different things that crystallize. Always to the forms like water, you know what I'm saying? Gas, material. They get produced out of water. Oh shit. And that's everything we doing. We crystallizing with our mind. So but yeah, so for me, really like what I've been doing is just kind of just setting the playing grounds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically showing face, making myself familiar, um, coming with my credentials. I don't even like credentials. That's not like somebody gave me something. I gave myself all the credentials. You know, being a very credential person and things, and making for the sure be 1,000 times ahead of y'all as far as setting up how we are interacting within this new spiritual race and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It is not even new. It's just some shit how you already should see shit. You know? So yeah. And that's the thing. So make sure y'all motherfucking getting tuned in. Shout out to my boy Deem too.
That's a promise. I made it to myself. I can't let you let me down. I'm a psycho. You should know that.
Real shit.
Me for real. Stepped up, put my foot down when niggas crept up. No one should be holding me down from getting my check up. My space is been beyond down, right and left up. I got a Metatron sound, y'all done effed up. I'm self-aware, smoke in the air. Bitch, pick your pair. This truth a dare. This me indeed. Bitch, pick your team. We like fiends. We sick the knee. That's sudden all these niggas wanna follow. Bitch, regular with me, she like a supermodel. Guess I gotta turn this shit up for a throttle. Make you hate ass niggas feel the
You hear me? So yeah, man. Y'all should know, man. Like I said, Moon and Gemini, take your ideas for real. You know, try to bring your ideas down here in reality. Try to bring your place in the community. You know, and shit like that. And that's how you would get more active while the Moon is in Gemini. And we're gonna check back in. You know what I'm saying? With the Sun and Taurus. I'm gonna do a Sun and Taurus breakdown, probably for all signs and shit like that. I gotta see what the fuck going on with the other ones. Yeah, I heard. So, man, what the fuck been going on with y'all? It seems like I be the only nigga that be having shit popular, like for real. Like on this shit, like I be like, everybody else kind of be like having fun, but it don't really. It'd be like for, yeah, it'd be like for figured out. But yeah, you know, that's what it's about though. You know, so I've been doing this shit for like for real. I started doing this shit on my IG and shit like that. Like just talking and shit like that. Yeah, you start to see shit pay off in minor ways, you know. And I'm not saying minor in the sense of something being less than. I'm just saying it's something like it ain't gotta be extra big. Yeah, I heard. Loved you, but I ain't never need you. Loved you, but I ain't never need you. Loved you, but I ain't never need you. Love you, but I ain't never need you. Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all later. Y'all later again.